Okay. This is going to be a demonstration to do exercise number 2 on the Adobe Illustrator practice exercises. So, same instructions as last time. You're going to just click on exercise 2, open it up, download it onto your iMac. Okay, pretty easy. And then you can just click on it to open it. So similar to the other exercises, you're just going to work on 4 different parts, and you're just going to do each of them, and then complete the assignment. So the only difference about this assignment though is you'll have like a chance to experiment with like the gradient tool, do a little bit of coloring, overlapping, moving shapes around. You'll also do a little bit more tracing, and then just resizing something. So pretty simple though. So I can go through this real quick. So I'm gonna go this with you. So this one's gonna be just changing your line weight. So I didn't really go over that with you on the last exercise, but there is a way you can kind of change your line weights with the things that you create. So with this one right here, all you have to do is just click on the shape right here, and you're just gonna change the line weight. So to change your line weight, it's pretty simple. You go to Windows, you want to click on Stroke, so you have to open up like a separate window for that. And then all you're doing is just matching the line weight with what's next to it. It doesn't have to be precise, but just get it close enough to it. And that's all you're doing with this one. It's just to show you how to just change the line weight to match it with the one next to it. Okay, this is a little bit bigger, but I get you understand the idea of resizing your lines. So that's all this part is changing your lines. This part here is you're going to copy the shapes and then enclose them. So this one's a little bit differently than the other one. It's kind of like the same, follow the same principles. You can do this in any color you want. I'm going to make this into a red so I can see the difference. But so I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer. My shape, and then I'm going to just trace it. So essentially you're just going to be tracing the shape like you did before. So you want to use the method that you've used in the last exercise. So basically you'll click on like a point here, click on a curve right here, and then you're going to make a curve. It doesn't have to be exact, but get it close. And then you always want to click on the last point. So from here on this point though, we will do making your or tracing like anything, using this method of, clicking, dragging, and then clicking on the last point. So you're just gonna just trace the shape here. And, try to use as few anchor points. I'm using like one for like each curve. I could probably do one big one for this one, but, it's like, it doesn't really work that well. So, you can kind of break it up into smaller parts though. But I wouldn't like break it up in like a lot of smaller parts, but, try to be resourceful with how many points that you create. So now we have it in shape. So enclosed shape is pretty much you go from one end and then you connect it back to the other. So that way, if you were to use this flipper here, this will fill it in for you. And then if you want to keep like the outline, you can just change this back to an outline. For some reason there's a white outline now, but you can do like a black outline. You can utilize the last thing that we used. Make the stroke a little bit thicker. But the thing is that you want to just fill in that shape. So some of these shapes, though, you don't have to use the pencil. If you want to use the shape tool here, this one's just a circle. So yeah, do utilize the shape tool. When you see it, it's needed. Shape tool's there to just help you out with things. I'm gonna take the fill out. Not really a big fan of the fill. So this is pretty close. I actually drew that circle, but you don't have to draw it. And same thing with the other shapes. So you have this rectangle, different shapes. Just a little bit more practice with the tracing and closing the shape. This one right here, you're going to use a gradient. So gradient's a little bit more advanced. So you're just going to use the shape tool for this. So you can use a rectangle tool. So as copy the shapes and create a gradient. So I'm just going to click and drag, make my shape here. All right, now to access your gradients, you would have to click on this middle button right here. This is your gradient button. And for some reason, it ended up on my stroke. So, you have to kind of control and manipulate this. But you know, whatever's in the front is what's selected. So we're gonna select the stroke here and just take off the stroke. And we just want to use the fill just for now. So if you use the fill, click on the gradient tool, then it should pop up a gradient. So, you know, you have a black and white gradient by default. You know, this one you can keep it the same, but if you wanted to change the color of your gradients, a little tricky to change the colors. So I haven't used the computer version in a while, but if you go to Windows and then click on gradients, that was a gradient tool there. So let me see. No, that just makes it green. Yeah, that's a problem if you can't change the color. Let me see this tab here, add to swatches. No. Oh. Okay, I mean, I'll show you how to change the colors, but yeah, keep this one black and white. I'll show you how to change the other colors in the other one. But to copy this gradient, and sorry, I just had a little brain fart on what to do. You would click on the shape. I would click on edit gradient. So this will allow you to kind of move and manipulate things. The black tab will. Again, it's been a while since I've used this one. So if you highlight the one of the sides, it's gonna give you like a rotate. So it's giving me a rotate on the bottom one. So I'm gonna rotate this the other way. And you're gonna have to manipulate this gradient. You know, and try to copy what's on there. So, you know, this will allow you to adjust the, try to move this. So that black tab is gonna actually move the gradient itself. This will control like the length of it. And then you can also make it, you know, stretch further. So just try to copy it though. If it's not exact, it's fine. I think I actually had this go off a little bit further. So you just want to kind of copy that gradient, you know, get it close to it. This is pretty close. Now to change the colors, and I'll go to like a different one here. So I'll do this one because this one's a little bit different. So you're gonna get your sphere. Now when you're doing the sphere, if you hold the shift key, it'll give you a perfect circle. So you definitely want to use the shift key to, you know, do the circle to get it even. But if not, you can just kind of adjust, move the sides to match it. All right, now with this gradient though, you're gonna click on the this spherical one because you have like different types of gradients. We mainly just use the gradient going from left to right, and then there's the three-dimensional one with the spheres. So this one here, same idea. You can move it around. So I'll just kind of move it on the top right or top left, you know, kind of like how I did here. And you know, you can adjust how bright you want it to be. You can make the gradient, you know, look bigger. Just move it up a little bit further up. Again, you have to kind of play around with these tabs. I'm trying to find the one where we can actually move the whole thing. That's changing the size. That's the width. Alright, you can also undo and redo too. Huh. I know there's one where you can move it around. Oh, I guess it's just the black one. This isn't as productive as the old one. I like the old one a lot better. But yeah, you can move this up here. So this one's like really hard to manipulate. So try your best to work with it. I feel like the older version was a lot better. Oh, okay. So you have to click on the line to move it around. So I'm still kind of learning new things with it. So just try to match it with that gradient that's on there. Now, if you want to change the colors, you're going to click on these tabs right here. So you click on here, you can actually change the color. So I'm going to change this to like a yellow. And then you can make this into like an orange. You know, you can use like analogous colors, you know, make things pop up. And then if you want to add even more gradients, I probably wouldn't add more than 3. You can click on here to add a gradient. You know, we can make this like into a red. So, you know, that's how you do that part there. And then once you're done, you can just deselect to, you know, do your gradient. So that's the gradient part. Yeah, let me know if you have questions or need help with it. Stuff that kind of struggle a little with that one. And then this is the last one. This one's pretty easy. You gotta move the shapes, and you just want to copy the design on the right. So now, if you were to try to like copy it like the way it is, you know, you're gonna eventually run into an issue. So you see like this is like going behind it, and that's going behind. So you know, you can probably get like the pink and the right one correct. These ones you have to like move it in the front. So you know, if you right click on here, go to arrange and select, you can bring things in the front and the back of the piece. So in most cases though, you probably bring this stuff in the front. So we're gonna bring this into the front here. Bring this into the front there. And oops, you know, we try bringing this in the front. It's actually gonna bring this in the very front of the picture. So in order to get this to fit in, you would have to click arrange and then send it back, send backwards. Send it back will send it all the way to the back. So this is like kind of sending it forward one piece, send it forward back another piece. So I had to click on this a couple of times. So arrange, send back. I'll send it back 2 pieces, and then that's how you kind of get like the copy of the of that one there. All right, so this one should move pretty quickly, just because it's more about learning the tools and how to manipulate shapes, colors, and other things. The only thing that might take you a little bit more time is just this tracing part again. All right, but that's, you know, part 2 though.